Good morning. Hello. My name is Amanda Monroe, and I consult with Star Stable Entertainment as part of their marketing creative studio. I think I can speak for us all when I say that we're extremely proud to contribute to the Women in Games Festival. So thank you to the conference organizers for inviting us to share our story with you. And thank you for joining us this morning and listening to what we've gathered here to talk to you about. This morning, Star Stable Entertainment kicks off its 10th anniversary celebrations. Its flagship game, Star Stable Online, launched in 2011. From here, we're going to roll out 4 weeks of fun for our community. It's a really big milestone for any games company, but it's especially big for us because this game was going to fail. That's what they said. Industry professionals knew that a niche subscription-based MMO for girls was a losing bet. Star Stable knew better. 10 years on, we have players in 180 countries. We're translating the game into 14 languages, and we've seen 21 million registrations. So we say, we know what we're doing, but we're using our birthday to say why we do what we do. So with that, we'll share a short film that we've created to mark this big birthday and to pay tribute to the community that got us here. Here is Star Stable, a mad idea.
They said making a game for girls was a mad idea. We said being a girl in a male-dominated world, that's a mad idea. Some of you might think it's just a game. We say it's so much more than a game. We've been on this quest for 10 years, and it's far from over. We've seen how things can change when you put your heart into it. This isn't about empowering girls. We're already strong. It's about being our allies, changing the way the world perceives us and our strength. Every girl should be able to be herself and be taken seriously. It's time to celebrate our 10th anniversary. Meow. And we promise we're only getting started, both in-game and out. Together, we can level up.
Fantastic. Okay, so there is a lot to unpack there. But first, I'd like to invite the co-game director of Star Stable Online, Stacey Place, to describe the game for folks who may not know it. Stacey?
Yeah, Star Stable Online is a horse adventure MMO with an exciting mix of equestrian realism and fantasy elements. We target girls and young women, although everyone is welcome to play, with a focus on the importance of sisterhood and every girl being a hero.
Cool. Thank you, Stacey. Okay, I'm going to take you back in time. It's 2011. Okay, the game's landscape. It looks a bit different for girl gamers. Okay, the market seems to have a lot for children and for teens. Okay, but mainly boys. There are games for girls here, and there are horse games for girls. But there isn't much, and it's absolutely not the same gaming experience. Okay, we also see that girls play games. Okay, they love games. There is an audience here, and they want something different. Tina Marlen, COO and Chief Business Development Officer. Okay, you were responsible for shaping the brand and its message as its first CMO, joining not long after the game launched. How much was Star Stable Online a reaction to this context? How was the game on the girls' side?
Well, I would say from a marketing perspective, it wasn't hard to start shaping the story of Star Stable. You know, we started with a bunch of girls, an ocean of girls out there waiting for us, you know, with tons of ideas on how we should do things, when we should do them, or we shouldn't do them. And so I would actually say that the girls helped us shape the story. The girls helped us to, you know, tell our stories, do the right thing. And yeah, they were on our side. You know, this was, as you said, a few years ago, and a very underserved target audience. They were eager to learn more about technology, about gaming, what it was to be a gamer. And I think we gave them the playground. We gave them a voice and a context, and we helped them, you know, become a girl gamer, if you like. And I think it's important. We listen, as you will hear from many of us later on. We listen to our community. We talk to them every day, and I think that's a key. It's a key factor to our success. And as much as we want to be role models, I think we live this experience together. And yeah, I mean, we're on the girls' side.
Okay, our time travel is complete. That was brief. We're back in 2021, so it's been 10 years and we've seen a great deal of change. Star Stable Online looks very different now, and Star Stable Entertainment has become a leading entertainment brand for girls. Has the company managed to do it and stay on the girls' side? Tina, how has the brand developed? And I guess what people listening to this might be asking is, okay, we've grown all this, grown and expanded. Are we still on the girls' side?
No, I would say the brand has not evolved. The brand has rather expanded to many more platforms, and products such as books, music, film, and we are, able to tell our stories in many more medias and channels where we reach girls that are definitely, necessarily not playing the game, and we can shape the stories to the girls that play our game. In different ways, and meet them in different places. And as much as it is important for us to do that, I think one of the things that I really like is that we're able to build talent also, in these areas, such as singers, songwriters, authors, storytellers, and I think Sarah will talk about this later, but it is really important for us. And a really important value and our company culture, to do this and to inspire girls to shine.
Brilliant. In the film, our strong girl, she says it's so much more than a game. And I guess maybe that starts to answer, what does that mean? Because it could kind of mean anything. And you'd sort of expect a big games company to kind of say a thing like that. And, I know it's true from talking to players and hearing from parents, but I get it. On paper, these are consumers who are tying their identity, who they are and who they want to be, to a commercial product. But somehow we're claiming it's more than a game. Stacey, back to you. As you lead the game into the next decade, can you talk to this claim that Star Stable Online is more than a game?
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, this touches on the idea that we've expanded into books and music and animated shows, but I would say it represents our community in a really positive way and what SSO means to our players. They're passionate not just because this is a game, but because it's their home online. It's where they spend their time. It's where they hang out with their friends and family, where they meet new friends. And it's also absolutely a place where they can be creative. The amount of amazing artwork and videos and writing that we see from our players, it's so inspiring. And in addition to that, we also see that there's now a push from girls because they want to work in games. We hear from our players all the time that they want to work in the industry, they want to work for us. And so we're seeing a bit of a trend that our players are becoming our employees. And I think that's kind of amazing.
I love that. Thank you, Stacey. I do want to zoom out a bit now. In 10 years, the industry has begun to recognize the importance of inclusivity of all kinds. And that includes changed attitudes toward who makes games, which Stacey's hinting at there. And of course, it's not a total transformation. We're at this conference to continue to name our challenges and to find ways to make systemic change that's very badly needed, as we learn, again and again from insiders suffering discrimination and harassment. But we are served by recognizing where we have gained ground and how. I'd like to invite Sarah Wallstrom, because she led the people strategy at Star Stable Entertainment, and she sort of set in motion the mission to employ more women at the company to hit a target of 50%. Sarah, can you describe why that work was done and what was achieved?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if you don't mind, I might take us back in time again in our time machine to 2011 or before. And really the key to start the right culture was we were building a game to take girl gamers seriously, as we've talked about before. And that meant that we better take women game developers seriously as well. So we've actually been able to maintain over 50% of our employee base as female since pretty much day one. And that's across the company. It's not just in what would traditionally be seen as sort of typical female departments like marketing or HR, but in our game development and tech as well. And I think that even before I got there set the tone for what type of culture was accepted in our business, because it really broke down some of the barriers to begin with by just hiring the women to begin with. But then coming in, of course, we need to make sure that we created a structure that supported the type of environment that we want to give. Some of that is sort of the tangible things, like paying equally. I can say that that is number one. And unfortunately, I still hear from people coming into Star Stable that tends to be an obstacle in some of the gaming companies. We have extended parental leave so that we pay 90% for up to 6 months. So that way people can actually be off for a while. We have flexible hours. We really try to be flexible to people's schedules. No crunch, so that there's no heroes in the company and not people working through the night. This is a collaborative community effort internally as well. And I think all those things really lead to a type of environment that's more inclusive to begin with for all different people who have maybe been underserved, marginalized in gaming historically. So those are really important. And then I think equally important is the structure that we've built, which is kind of trying to knock down this patriarchal hierarchy of what we see in traditionally male-dominated industries, which is, you know, maybe a one person has the vision and everybody else is waterfalling down to actually deliver that. And rather we try to work in teams collaboratively and sort of flatten the structure as much as possible so everybody has a voice. So I think, you know, it's a team effort altogether to be able to do that and to really continue that. And yeah, I have to go back to what Stacey said, which is super exciting in China, which is that we are actually seeing, I mean, Stacey was here from the beginning and was a player, but more and more we have interns coming in and people that started with Star Stable and have now gotten into the gaming industry through that channel as well.
Fantastic. Gosh, I hope that's really inspiring for people who are starting their career in games. I imagine quite a number of people here. You've come at a good time. Of course, there is work to be done, and that's not all companies, but we will do that work together with thought leaders like Sarah. And I think actually in part our progress is slowed by lingering patriarchal ideas, but particularly ideas about the female mind as infantile, you know, the unruly female mind, ideas that dismiss our potential for creative and scientific inquiry. And I was struck by an interview with Leigh Bardugo, author of the Shadow and Bone series and others. She was quoted in The Guardian in May, and what she said resonated, you know, so much with what we talk about at Star Stable Entertainment and what we'll be talking about here at the conference, which is, I mean, she was quoted as saying, "Teenage girls have so much sway over culture, yet people sneer at the things women and girls love and are contemptuous of the creators of that content, particularly if they're women." Lauren Ashley Comp, you're now lead producer on a new project from the studio, and I will ask you about that. But first, I wonder what you think of Bardugo's observation, having previously worked on games for women.
I absolutely agree with that article. You sent it to me. I had a chance to read it in full, and it really rings true. Young women, teen girls, they are driving our culture forward. Teen girls from all different backgrounds, they are the ones who say, this is trendy, this is cool, this is the thing to pay attention to. And yet society turns around and mocks them for wanting to create those exact same things and enjoy those exact same things. So we have to take a stand and say, no, they're right. No, we're listening. No, we want to give them a chance to tell us these things and self-express and really bring us into their world, our world. So I wholeheartedly agree. We wholeheartedly agree with that sentiment, and we're fighting to change it. As far as that new project goes, we are continuing our goal of creating worlds and creating stories that young women will enjoy for a lifetime. A place to be safe and express yourself, to find out who you are, who you want to be, to have fun adventures, make new friends, and hopefully inspire more people to come into this industry as well.
So can I squeeze you for some more details? Is there anything else you could tell us about the game? Or perhaps Sarah is the franchise director. What can we share?
Well,
I guess I'll go, huh?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I think Lauren kind of said it mostly for what we can share now. There's lots of exciting stuff to come. I can say there will be a game. there will be more than a game, and we will continue into our sort of background of telling rich stories, creating sisterhood and community and positive experiences, and being very stern with kind of eliminating toxicity from our products altogether, and really tell inspiring stories. And in a genre that's not horses, we still will do all of the horse stuff too, but this is a new adventure for us as well. And on that note, we are hiring. So we're trying to still building the team. And if you want to learn more about the Curate project, you can go to our website, because it talks a little bit about our ethos and what our values are in that team and as a company as a whole.
Brilliant. Okay, well, I guess that'll have to do. Okay, I will draw us to a close by looking ahead. And in our film, I'm thinking when our strong girl says on our behalf, we're not done yet. So we talked a bit about the brand's expansion, growing teams, growing talent. But if I were listening to this, I might ask, is it possible that things have changed so much in 10 years that our community, these girls and young women, that they don't need us? Is it possible? Karin Jensen, you've been with the company for a long time, and now as creative producer, you keep your finger on the pulse of our community, what they're saying, how they're engaging with us. So what do you think in 2021, is there still a place for a company like Star Stable Entertainment in the lives of girl gamers?
Well, I would say that today there are a lot more games for girls out there, and there are a lot more games out there for everyone. And the market is much more diverse, which is a wonderful thing. You really want to celebrate that. But we are not done yet. We're far from done. Like we talked about here, there's still a tendency to not take girls' interests seriously in the entertainment industry. And that's something that affects young girls in their day-to-day lives. But we have also seen that spaces like Star Stable can have a real and positive effect on the confidence and the social lives of our players. And it can be a really positive platform for them. Actually, recently we did a study in the US together with the Insights family that, for example, showed us that Star Stable players reported that they feel twice as much self-confidence compared to girls who play other games. And this was so motivating for us, because it really showed us that it's so important that we continue to hold space for girls and that we continue to take them and their interests and experiences seriously. And that we also encourage others to do the same. So we can all, help each other make the gaming world a much more welcoming and accepting place. So at the end of the day, more people and more girls can enjoy the positive effects of gaming.
And is that what's sort of spurring on this brand expansion?
For sure. I mean, we have already expanded quite a lot. Not only has our game expanded and grown a lot, but we have today books published in 15 countries. We have a music label, and just in January we released our first animated short film series. And we are super dedicated to continue to expand on our brand and be able to offer more entertainment and gaming experiences and expand our universe through more games, more books, animation and music, and more stories that represent, sisterhood and the power of friendship with girls and young women in the lead. And we have some really cool things coming.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, can I squeeze Tina for any details then? How are we holding the space, if you like?
Yes, you can. Well, there is a lot to say, but I can say that the nearest project that we're working on is to find distribution for a long-form animation that we are kicking off in production very soon. And, there is a lot more to come, and we'll have to take that next conference. But I could talk about this forever. But it's all about being a window to the world of girls and young women, and inspire. And this is our passion.
I love that. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, I hope that's helped you learn about Star Stable Entertainment, Star Stable Online. I hope you're inspired to join us for our birthday celebrations. But that is all the time that we do have for today and this year. So thank you for helping us celebrate Star Stable's achievements. And we hope that you'll stay tuned for the talks that are coming up next.